Hello, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Well, I'm just looking out the window and it is raining outside. Well, the rain doesn't have to dampen one's spirit. When it rains outside, all you have to do is to wear an umbrella. It's like when it rains in your parade, you continue the parade wearing an umbrella or putting an umbrella over you. It's it's being proactive over being reactive. So it's learning how to maintain a good disposition despite of the challenges you encounter each day. So let's try to see what is our main energy for today. Now remember, this is a general reading, so it's open to all zodiac signs, and whatever time you find yourself watching this video, that's the best time for you because it is also timeless. Now, because it's a general reading, just take what resonates with you. Now, our main energy for today is the High Priestess. Okay, so yeah, I was just talking about the rain and still being positive despite of the rain. It's like the priestess, the high priestess. She maintains calm and compose amidst all the challenges she encounters in life. You see her? She's very much composed, and the secret behind it is the veil behind her. She's always at the portal of her heart, at the portal of her inner self. She can immediately access the universe, immediately get in touch with the divine and with her spirit guides. So there is something about being able to balance between the different aspects of your person, wherein you are able to remain in the middle, and then you are able to access all things, all the resources that is given to you, just like the magician. The card of the magician tells us everything that you need in your journey is already provided for you. Well, the High Priestess is telling us the best way to use everything that is provided for you in the Magician card is to remain somewhere in the middle, and that is to constantly have access to the portal of your inner self. That way, when you make decisions, when you encounter challenges in life, you remain calm and composed because your source of strength, your source of insights and inspiration is coming from your inner self. So it's like that. You have a very strong inner disposition that even if the events around you become chaotic, you remain calm and composed. So this is the somehow what I can feel from this card of the High Priestess right now. There's something about being close to nature, to the cycles of the moon, being very intuitive, and always ready to learn. You see, she's holding the Torah, and somehow it's like when you look at it at the modern parlance, if you either open up the Holy Scriptures, whatever faith you have, you constantly open up the Holy Scriptures in order to get insights from it, to get inspirations and reflections from them. So this is somebody who is constantly learning also from the school of life. And this is the main energy that you have right now. So it seems like somehow the inner life and your intuition is playing a major role in your present life situation. Now let us try to see how this will unfold. Okay, well, whatever trials you will encounter, the wheel of fortune will continue to turn. So if it is raining now, sooner or later it will be over. That too will pass, and the sun will shine again. So you just go with the flow. If sometimes you need to endure certain things, you try to see, okay, I need to endure this one. Is there a lesson that I can learn from it? Just like here in the wheel of fortune, you see every corner of the card, the creatures are reading something. So in a certain sense, you can learn from the school of life. Every turn of the wheel has a lesson to give us. So yeah, if you are constantly in touch with your inner self, as you face your daily challenges, the Wheel of Fortune will continue to teach you lessons along the way. There will be books that you can learn, and that is from the book of life. And in a certain sense, whatever challenges you have, they will pass because the Wheel of Fortune will continue to turn. Sooner or later, you'll be up there. And later on, you will be going down again and then up again. So it's like a spiral. It's like a wheel turning. It's just part of life. There will be moments where there are ups, and then there are highs, and there are also moments that there are lows. So it seems that it's okay as long as you maintain that balance between your inner world and outer world, and be open to lessons that your experiences would like to teach you. Now, let us try to see what is the advice of the universe for you right now. Continue to be in touch with your inner self, just like the Queen of Pentacles, and work on your passion. When you look at it, the Queen of Pentacles is contemplating on the pentacle, and somehow the pentacle can symbolize that passion within you, the thing that sets you on fire, something that inspires you, that will lead you to success, to even to riches for some of you, but a certain stability. And somehow when you contemplate on that, everything around you starts to grow. You start to become more creative. Creativity oftentimes comes from our being in touch with our inner world. So somehow the message of this card seems to be to continue on having that balance between your inner world and outer world, and through this one you will become more creative, just like this bunny running around. You will be more productive, more creative. So just continue on what you already started, and then continue with your journey, continue on learning, and finally to continue on being creative, continue on producing new things. So I feel right now that our tarot reading has a lot of positive things in them. So all we need to do is to allow this experience to unfold. Allow the day to unfold. Continue to be in touch with your inner self. Continue to create new things. And whatever challenges you have, allow your inner world to bring you the peace, even if it is raining outside. Okay, so now let's go to the second part, which is the self-care tip. For our self-care tip, we have here a card from the Affirmators card. And the card for today is entitled Inspiration. It says here, there is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it is only a whisper or a whisper. But the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones. Okay. Through a megaphone with lots of applause. Okay, so usually our inspiration starts with a stirring in our inner self, a stirring in the silence of our inner self. And it slowly burns inside us until it comes to a point where we can no longer deny its existence. So it's an inspiration that is persistent, an inspiration that burns inside you. And I feel that when an inspiration is like that, it can be the song that you are meant to sing in this lifetime. Sometimes we need to listen to that stirrings within us so that it will grow. That is why sometimes also when you have a certain dream, you care for it for a while and you don't immediately divulge it to the whole world. Why? It's like when you are beginning a fire, you make sure that it's not covered by a lot of fuel, because it will stifle the air and then the fire will die. At the same time, you cannot expose it to too much air, because when you expose it to too much air, the air or the wind will blow it away also. So in a certain sense, at the beginning, when your dream is just beginning, it's good to nurture it silently for a while, and also to listen to that silent voice within you, so that you will be guided on how to let this dream unfold. When you look at the tarot reading we had today, we had the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, you see her, she's very much alone, and she is contemplating on that pentacle on her hand. The pentacle can symbolize that dream that is burning inside her, and she contemplates it in her solitude. It's the same when you have an inspiration and you're just beginning it. It's good to spend more time alone to try to reflect on the inspiration, maybe to weigh things also, so that you can do it in such a way that the dream will not die, that the dream will not be too exposed immediately to the challenges of the daily life, to allow this dream to slowly grow. So oftentimes, when you would notice, it's a natural tendency for us that when you have a new inspiration, you want to spend some time alone. And when you are alone, you daydream about that inspiration that you have. Daydreaming is not a waste of time. It is actually your unconscious way of manifesting that inspiration that is burning inside you. When you dream about something, when you try to look at it with detail, when you try to picture the possibilities, you are actually beginning to create it in your spirit world, in your mental world, and in your emotional world. When all these three aspects of your person are already creating this inspiration that you have received from the universe, slowly they will also manifest into your physical world. Many of the things that come to reality begins with a dream, begins with conceptualization in the spirit, in the mind, and in the emotions, in our hearts. Sooner or later, when the fire is strong enough, it will slowly manifest itself to the world. So, if you have an inspiration right now, nurture it. Don't feel uneasy when you find yourself daydreaming about it. Daydreaming is actually manifesting something. Now, it's important for you to gradually work on it. Try to feel it not just only in spirit, not just only in your mind, but also with your emotion. The emotions that somehow takes part in the creation of this inspiration is a very strong fuel to make this inspiration come into reality in the physical realm. Now, oftentimes the inspiration is something that will enrich the universe. It is something sometimes that the inspiration, especially if it is something that is persistent and is burning inside you, it is something unique also, because it is something that only you can contribute to the world. You might say, okay, it's similar to the other inspiration, but the way that you will contribute it to the world is unique in your own way, because there's only one you. So even if you think that your inspiration is so common and so simple, it's still something very special, because it has that flavor of you. And that you is one and only in the universe. Whatever your contribution, small and simple as it may seem, is a very unique gift that the universe will sooner or later happily welcome it. Some people might try to block your dream or your inspiration, but it's because they still couldn't understand, they still couldn't see what you are seeing. That is why sometimes you need to be prudent to protect your dream. until it becomes strong enough to inspire other people. There will always be people who will somehow not understand, who will somehow give obstacle to the fulfillment of your dreams. But do not forget that there will also be people who will see and appreciate and support the inspiration that is burning inside you. But whether there will be support or there will be obstructions to the realization of your inspiration, the important thing is that you continue to keep it burning inside you. Because when that fire burns strong enough, even if it rains outside, it will continue to burn. It will continue. You will continue to sing out that song, and you will continue to work on making it a reality. Our inspiration right now is that of the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is in touch with her inner self. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that whatever trials you may encounter, all this will pass. And the Queen of Pentacles somehow teaches us to nurture that dream in the solitude and in the silence of those moments wherein we are starting to create that inspiration in our inner realm or our inner self, beginning the inspiration to grow in your spirit, your mind, and your heart. And as it continues to grow, it will also manifest itself into the physical realm. Okay, into the physical realm. Well, that's it for today. I hope that it has given you some inspiration, especially if you feel that it's raining outside. Okay, if you feel that there are some obstacles that might be, oftentimes the obstacles are just like paper tigers or paper walls. If you approach it and poke your finger, it suddenly becomes vulnerable and all the obstacles fall down. So sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the only thing that keeps us from making our inspiration a reality is too much analysis. There is a certain term as paralysis by analysis. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for the likes and comments that you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope that this has helped you in your journey right now, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.